Welcome to another DK Custom Products video. I'm Dwayne, this is Kevin, and today Kevin and I are going to talk to you guys about a recent study that was done that says we may have been riding our motorcycles wrong the entire time. But is it new information? All right, so earlier today, Kevin was telling me about this report he saw, and it does sound eerily similar to information we put out previously.
Well, I tell you, when I saw the report and I skimmed through the highlights of it and didn't dig into it all the way, I'm going, they copied our Comfort Triangle report. And we've had that out for over 10 years. And so then as I read through it, I realized these people have spent, they don't say how much, but from the sound of it, hundreds of thousands of dollars to do a report that doesn't say anything to speak of different than what we've had out for over 10 years. Right. The link to our written report on the Comfort Triangle is down below. A link to a video report on the Comfort Triangle is up in the corner up above. And this is a report that we did from work of riding on the street. Yeah. The different stuff we do is street developed, street tested, by bikers, for bikers. And so our report on the Comfort Triangle is where the rubber literally meets the road and where we see what can you do to make your bike more comfortable. Well, this report that they did is a study they did in some laboratory somewhere where the one thing that they did do differently, I'm not sure if it's better or not, is they used DHM. DHM stands for a digital human model. And this report, we're going to quote a guy right here, a biomechanics PhD candidate at the Department of Kinesiology and Health Sciences did this report. And basically, they're saying the same thing that we've been saying. Yeah. It's really important to get your foot placement correct, to get your butt placement correct, and to get your grip placement correct. Right. And how to do that and how to know what is correct for you, because every person is different. Look at our report down below and our video that we linked up above. These people don't come up with any solutions. No. All they're saying is, hey, Harleys are made for the average size person. So if you're taller or shorter, the chances are you're not going to be comfortable on it. Right. And even if you're the average size, it doesn't mean you're going to be comfortable on it because people have different problems. Like I have a bad left shoulder. I'm an average size person, but I have a bad left shoulder. So I got to do something very different with my handlebars than someone else. Yeah. And that's all covered in our Comfort Triangle. All they're doing is saying, they did a new study and they made some great discoveries that if you don't have your feet right, if you don't have your butt right, if you don't have your hands right, you're going to be uncomfortable. Yeah, the water is wet. Yeah, the water is wet. The study was the water is wet. And I'll just read you one hilarious thing right here. The study conducted by researchers leaned on computer software to analyze the riding behaviors of bikers of all different sizes, and it produced some interesting results. Oh, this was like a light bulb went off in their head. Here's the interesting results. For starters, this analysis quickly discovered that both short and tall riders have a harder time finding a comfortable riding position due to the many adjustments they have to make. Duh. They go, much of this has to do with finding the right angle for our joints, whether that's hips, ankles, wrists, knees, or elbows, which can be a big problem. And that's what the Comfort Triangle is about, is getting your hands in the right place, getting your butt in the right place so that your hips are in the right place and your knees are in the right place, and then getting your feet in the right place. They probably got a grant. They probably got a government grant and spent $250,000 or $500,000 to come up with what has been in our Comfort Triangle report for over 10 years.
Stock bikes are uncomfortable. You got to make them comfortable. It doesn't take, scientists or, $1 million report to say stock bikes are uncomfortable for most people. And if it's not uncomfortable for you, you're probably the most average sized person to walk the planet.
With no bad shoulders or wrists or knees or anything. Yeah.
So without getting into the, the nitty gritty, the details of the Comfort Triangle, because it's in the report, it's in the videos we've linked above. The most important thing to remember is these bikes are not one size fits all. It's just not, we're all different shapes and sizes. We all have different preferences. We all have different, ergonomics that we would prefer. And I would say this about Harley Davidson. I love these bikes, but ergonomically, they haven't changed for years. If you sit on a 2024 Street Glide, it feels just like an old Big Twin Evo bagger. I mean, they feel the same. So ergonomics, I don't think there was any real thought put into it.
There's not been much change at all.
Right. Yeah. And in order to change the ergonomics of a Harley, you have to drastically change the styling, which they will not do. They're just not going to do it. They're not going to make a longer fuel tank. They're not going to change the shape and size of these bikes, and understandably so. So you got to do that for yourself. You got to set out to make that bike comfortable. You got to put the right bars on there. You got to put the right seat on there, the right foot pegs, the right highway pegs, whatever it may be. And you got to figure it out. You can't just go out here and buy a bunch of stuff and see what works for you. The best way, again, is that Comfort Triangle. You close your eyes, you throw your hands up, they're going to go to the most comfortable place. You see these bikes out here that have 20-inch 8s, and you think to yourself they're not comfortable? That's because when you close your eyes, you don't throw them up here. So they're not going to be comfortable for most people. And, you don't throw them down here. Look at the bikes that have drag bars and forward controls. I don't see how that's comfortable for most anybody. So I don't think Harley puts a lot of thought into this. So it's one of those things you got to bring on home for yourself.
So it ends up that these people did not copy our Comfort Triangle. But what they did do is they did spend a lot of time and a lot of money in a laboratory to come to half of the conclusion we came to. No, they did spend a lot of money in the laboratory and with computer modeling and DHMs. What's a DHM again? Digital Human Model. So they spent a lot of money, a lot of time to come to the same conclusion we came to, is the bike is not comfortable for everybody.
Yeah.
But they did not provide a solution. Whereas the Comfort Triangle acknowledges that, no, it's not comfortable. The bikes are not comfortable for everybody. And then it shows you how to make them more comfortable.
But, we're not pretentious enough to think that, this article, their study copied us. Or the guy
I was. Actually, I was. I did. When I first glanced at it, I go, they copied us. But then I found out they didn't copy us at all, because it was just, they said there's a problem. We said there's a problem, but we actually give a solution to the problem, whereas they didn't. I guess because I'm a little gun shy, because we've had so many people, we've had quite a few companies copy our products.
Yeah.
We've had people take our videos and repackage them and do that. We've had Harley copy some of our stuff. Now, did they copy it, or did they just come to the same conclusion 20 years later than we did and make a change? Obviously, the M8 Softails have the tank lifted. We've been harping on how the tank traps the air and blocks the airflow for decades. And Harley finally, lifted the tank up on the M8 Softails, so it's not doing that anymore. So we weren't copied. The article is not by bikers. It's not for bikers. There was nothing developed on the street or in the laboratory. It's just a test. They just spent a bunch of money and time, and then wrote an article about the bikes aren't comfortable.
Right.
Comfort Triangle gives you a way to make the bikes comfortable for you.
That's right. Now, again, check out the videos we've linked previously. We'll also put them in the description below. If you have any questions at all about anything you've seen in this video or any of our videos, or even anything on our website, always shoot us an email to support@dkcustomproducts.com, or give us a call. We have an entire customer service team ready to help you out. 662-252-8828.
If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Hit that notification bell so you know when we come out with another video. If you haven't subscribed to our channel already, please go ahead and subscribe. It helps us out. You all ride safe out there.